Joining BYU Sports Nation now, our good friend, the man who made the Olmstead tourney stash. It's not on his face right now, but we hope at some point it will be back. Shawn Olmstead, head coach of now BYU men's volleyball. Shawn, welcome back, man.
Thanks, guys. It's always a pleasure and highlight of my day, week, month, whatever, anytime.
I was looking for neon in your gear.
Come on, man.
Shoes today.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Okay.
I like that hat. I'm gonna have to ask you where you got that.
This was a private collection. I've been stopped in many stores.
Yeah.
It was a private collection for a private group that went to a football game. I think it was a big game. It might have been last year, and it was one of those elite group that get a plane together and they get these hats and gear, and so luckily it filtered down to me.
Thanks for the invite.
You're in the inner circle.
I wasn't on the plane, but I guess I was in the inner circle that I got a hat from the plane.
Get the scraps, man.
So it's a schedule release party, Shawn. 26 regular season matches, and my eyes went right to the tournament that BYU is hosting at one of the premier venues in college volleyball, the Smith Fieldhouse, where you host perennial power Loyola.
Yes.
January 8th, Friday, you open the season, right?
We will open the season.
With the back-to-back national champs.
With back-to-back national champion Loyola. Yep.
How did you line that up?
Honestly, I got to give Chris McGowan the credit. He lined that up. So I'm not going to sit here and say I did a great job. Yeah, it's all me. Chris and Rob did an outstanding job. I looked at the schedule. We did move a couple things around, but not too many. And it worked out that this is a wonderful showcase, and to open up here in Provo with a team like that, that's big time, and it's just the volleyball fans that in this community should be chomping at the bit for that matchup, and it's right at the start of the next semester. It's going to be a blast, and you guys are well aware of the Smith Fieldhouse. It's going to be rocking.
Can't wait. Friday, January 8th, the arguably the biggest match of the season. You'll get into the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation play, and I noticed 12 home matches: Loyola, George Mason, then a pair with Stanford, Santa Barbara, Northridge, Pepperdine, and USC. Harder home matches in conference or road to you?
I remember when I was a player, there was a year where we felt like, okay, this is the hard year, this is the tough year. The reality is the conference has changed quite a bit since that time. There was some teams, and I won't go out there and name names because I don't think it's right to say, we felt like we could just roll through them. And now those teams are really, really the top teams in our conference. So I don't know if I could predict that just yet, but no matter what, the MPSF, every single match, these guys are going to get challenged. And so I like that. I like the competitiveness of it. It's exciting. It's a wonderful to coach in this conference it's what you want to do. That's what you go coach for.
We saw some guys make some waves on the international level with some of the Team USA squads, Jake Langlois, Ben Patch notably. Ben's coming back off of a mission. This is the first time he'll play since he had that phenomenal freshman year. Mm-hmm. How much of a difference will Ben make on this team that was already pretty good last year?
It's not just Ben. Ben's got, Ben and Jake did a wonderful job working all summer, but I believe that the entire team did. And the entire team there was a good group of guys that were here every day, that stayed here, took classes. There were some kids that went and did internships, but all of them were working out and getting stronger and doing their best, feeling that, hey, this is a great opportunity to be a part of a team that returns some outstanding athletes, adds some other wonderful pieces. And so in reality, it's a great collective effort, in my opinion. And but it's nice to bring those kids off the mission, and it was nice that Ben got to go have that experience at USA. That's high level volleyball. Jake had it as well. I was able to go watch them a couple different opportunities, compete and practice. So that was fun over the summer when you get to go support your athletes in those things.
You just hired your second assistant coach, Jalen Reyes. What went into that decision to hire the 4-year starter at libero? Yeah,
that kid. I'll always hold it above him that I don't think he ever beat me in digs, so that's kind of the good. That's kind of the good thing in terms of the season. But What impressed me with him is not a day went by that kid didn't come into the gym, because we would overlap. So right now we're actually the men's team is practicing 12 to 3. The women go 3 to 6. So in years past I was 3 to 6, and every single day that kid would come in and say, "Hey, coach, are you using that second court? We have 3 courts in there." And at the end of practice, we get down to the main court and do some real competition stuff. And every day he was in there an hour before. Every day he was staying after. And so that work ethic, the fact that he comes from a volleyball family, his dad's a coach, he understands what's asked of him. He understands whatever coaches want to call it, the lifestyle, but he understands it, and he's just a volleyball nut. One of the coaches on the staff last year told me that that kid alone watched more film last year than our entire team did.
Wow.
Individually and collectively. He did it himself. He was in there every, a senior, he had some easier classes. He was just in there day and night doing film, just hanging around upstairs. And so I like that. That stood out. But he's connected in a volleyball group that's small and tight-knit, and we need to continue our recruiting efforts.
Shawn, we wish you the best of luck. BYU Volleyball announces the schedule. As we just mentioned, they open against back-to-back national champ Loyola in Provo, followed by a home match against George Mason. We cannot wait.
We can't either.
Good stuff, man. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, guys.